Hi guys, welcome back. It's Chrissy the Crystal Indigo, and I am here with a collective energy update. Whether you're a light worker, star seed, indigo, however you resonate under the spiritual umbrella. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can email me. If this reading resonates with you, you can book me for a reading. I did have people reach out to me about energy healing sessions, Reiki sessions. Those services are explained in a little more in depth on my website at www.chrissythecrystalindigo.com. And if you would like to donate to the channel, you can. If you can't, subscribing to the channel is the same form as an energy exchange donation. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Chrissy the Crystal Indigo. I saw a couple of new followers over there, just sending you guys so much love and light. And to all of my subscribers, sending you love and light to get through your week. Now, let's dive right in. So, I'm using the Medicine Woman deck, and I like using this deck because my grandmothers were medicine women. And so, I really connect with this deck very well. And so I decided to use this instead of the After Tarot because I wanted you guys to understand things from a more spiritual base, deeper. And I've been getting a lot of emails as well, just about, help, certain individuals with their path, figuring out their gifts, how to use their gifts, what are they meant to do. And so that's why I use this deck today. All right, so starting out, we have Nurturing Lodge of the Bowls. Nurturing Lodge of the Bowls. So what that talks about is nurture your spiritual family. So that doesn't mean in the 3D. That also means in the 5D. Your ancestors, your angels, your spirit team, whomever you call on, because when you nurture each other, there's more understanding. So say, for example, when I got my past life regression done and my Akashic records done, I was able to find out who my spirit guides were, who was like my angels and things like that that really watched over me. Or, for example, Goddess Isis, you can have so many that's really supporting you from above. And so doing this, anytime that I have, a moment to show gratitude, or anytime I have a question, or anytime I feel lost, that's who I lean on for that support. Okay. So I rarely will be talking to my friends about anything related to spirituality because they're on a different level than I am. And so therefore I talk to people based on their level of understanding when it comes to conversation. So with this is what it's talking about, like nurture your gifts, nurture your talent, nurture your spiritual family. That is what is being called of us right now, so we can understand what's happening within the universe, within the world. Okay, the next card out, we got the Eight of Pipes. All right, so look at this card. We got the Eight of Pipes. So with the pipes, it talks about, I believe pipes are wands. So this is the fire element. Yep, I was right. So with the Eight of Pipes, it talks about develop your art from stillness. So when you meditate, you have to ground first. And so that way your body is like really in alignment and you're really grounded. That way you get the information that you need. So before you even start working on your chakras, you want to ground first, ground to the Mother Earth. So imagine you sitting like in in grass or dirt, and just see yourself being implanted. And as you feel like secure and really like solid, you'll know, because you can hardly like move a little bit because you feel so like solid into your position when you're in your meditation pose. And then that's when you know to work, starting with the root all the way up to your crown chakra. And so with this is how you nurture your gifts as well. This is how you make your gifts stronger. This is how you understand your gifts. Because when you're in meditation, you're getting the information that you need to help and support you. So for example, yesterday when I was in meditation, I kept hearing, you are the oracle, you are the oracle. And I was like, what does that mean? What does that mean? So this is very important for the collective right now, and as well as protecting your energy. Okay. The next card out is Rebirth. So this is a major arcana. This is the Sun card. And so that's number 19. 1 and 9 is 10. Talks about completion. Okay. So with Rebirth being the major arcana, let's dive into that. No, that's 19. What am I talking about? Okay, so 1 and 9 is 10, 19. Okay, so with rebirth being the major arcana, and that's representing the sun, it talks about a wondrous event is about to occur. Allow your innocent excitement to be expressed. Go ahead and feel your youthful exuberance. Participate fully in this tender moment. So we all who have been awakened on our journeys, I know me, I've been like on my journey for 3 years. Some of you more than me, some of you less than me. But we know that we've had this like anxious excitement inside of us, like something's coming, something's happening, something's happening, something's happening, something's happening. And it's a more like amazing feeling versus like dun 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 dun, like something's going to be horrible. And so we're excited for these changes. We're excited to see our gifts expand. We're excited to do what we were called to do this lifetime, or what we signed up to do this lifetime, depending on your soul contract that you signed. And so with this here, it's very important to focus on the here and now, to be, in your space, to really understand what is going on. When the sun comes out, it talks about the divine. Those are some of the sun, the star is two of the cards that represent divine, like you're being divinely guided, you're being watched over, you're being protected. So this is that information about rebirth. Like this world is going through a whole new rebirth. And for us today, we got the information that, we're going to be on lockdown for another month till May 15th. And then from then on, we'll know what's happening. So we have to really step into our power and our purpose. So for the future, the overall energy here is seed. Okay, and this is a major arcana. This is the Fool, right? And so you see she's storing her seeds. She's planting her seeds. She's putting her seeds in the pond or the river. And let's look up the deeper meaning of this. So with seed, it says, plant the seed, begin. Trust in yourself. Go for it. It says, you cannot see the future from here, but you can act on your inspiration. So we're all being called to act on our inspiration. We're all being called to use our gift. We're all being called to shine our light. And there's no coincidence that this ended up being in the overall energy position, because we are being asked to shine our light. We are being asked to raise our vibration. We are getting the information from our light codes, from our downloads. So really pay attention to that, okay? Underneath that, the Rainbow Warrior. So this talks about the light workers. When you go look up Google Rainbow Warrior, it'll give you all of the information. I do have Cherokee Indian, Lakota, Lakota Sioux, in my lineage. So here, this talks about the Chariot. It's a major arcana, and it's number 7. Okay, so you can look up angel number 7. What does 7 mean in numerology? And so with this being a major arcana and clarifying, we need to be in our light worker path and purpose duties. Let's check out what's the meaning. So it says, celebrate your achievement. You have done your job. Enjoy the results and be willing to allow the victorious moment. It says, both it's coming and it's going, right? So we're creating, or we're evolving into the new earth, the age of Aquarius. Like we're really diving into that. And you guys are the Rainbow Warriors. So you really have to, let your light shine. Like pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to your visions, write it down. Some of you guys are going to start writing your books. Some of you guys are going to start your YouTube channels. Some of you guys are going to really dive in being your own business owners, in the spiritual sense, right? You're not going to be working for somebody else. You're going to have people working for you. And so this is what this talks about, and the second card coming out is clarifying that the resources, your gifts are tied to your abundance. And when you do more of what you're destined to do and what your life purpose is, you continue to grow in that area. When it is not for you, you struggle. When it is for you, it comes naturally, right? Okay, so the card I saw when shuffling, 7 of Bowls, right? So let's look at that. That talks about the cup energy. So Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. So with the 7 of Bowls, it says, let the self be swept into bliss. Let the self be swept into bliss. So just go with the flow. If you're in a divine connection, let the self be swept into bliss. Don't rush, don't force, don't push. Offer your support. Come from a vibration of love and light, But if they're in that low vibrational energy, whether it be your divine masculine, whether it be your divine feminine, you have to let go and just go with the flow, right? Try to stay out of low vibrational energy as much as possible. All right. All right, guys, if you have any questions, you can write me in the comment sections. You guys have been really cheering me up. I've been reading your comments. I've been writing back to you guys, and it's just been really beautiful. So thank you for that. Here we go. So diving into the Mystic Moon Oracles, the first card out for the Divine Masculine is Ascending. So they're going through this ascension process, right? And so they're realizing a lot of things because, again, like I said before, a lot of the Divine Masculines are forced to sit with their shit and not, and they can't really break out of it. It's like they have to think about everything they've done. And it's like, you know what? I wasn't being the best person. I could have handled a lot of things differently. I could, now I understand like why it was important for me to own up to my accountability or the things I've done. Now they're ascending. Now they're rising. It's not going to happen overnight. This is going to take time, like as you ascend. So they're going to, start understanding on a whole different level what your connection is to them, whether they're a light worker, whether they're a star seed. Again, you can be a divine masculine, be a star seed, divine feminine, and be a light worker. That's how it works sometimes. The next card out we got for the Divine Masculine, Awakening. So they're awakening. They're realizing, there's more to it than what they've been brought up to understand. They're starting to see different things. And as I'm communicating about the Divine Masculine, I see orbs all around my wall over here. It always happens like that. I don't know if you guys can see them back there or if they show up like little sparkles. But this is what the Divine Masculine is going through, the awakening. Like now you're getting your awakening. You're realizing, what needs to happen, how you need to change, how things are so different than what you were, brought up on or taught, right? The next card out is Release. So now they're releasing little bit by bit what no longer serves them, what no longer grows them. And even if there is tension or, animosity or any kind of like low vibrational energy towards the divine feminine, they're still realizing that it was important for their growth. It was important for their journey, but they're not quite there just yet. And so with this energy, I tell you guys all the time, if you need to check on your divine masculine, do so, but don't allow yourself to be triggered. For myself, I'm on my journey. If my divine masculine catches up, my divine masculine catches up. But I can't put myself in that type of vibration because I am not that person. Once you start to go through your awakening, once you start to realize why you two were brought into each other's life through, through God, through spirit, or whatever your mission is together, you just continue to go and focus on what you need to do, and they will catch up later. Now, in regards to whether it be a relationship, friendship, however, that's for, this connection is destined. So that's for whatever, divine spirit, God decides. But what you need to focus on is you, your growth, and your life path and purpose mission. You can't allow yourself to keep carrying and, allowing yourself to feel bad for their actions and really trying to still get them to see, like, you really have to trust me. You really have to believe me, like we are a divine connection, like we're meant to do something amazing for the world. If they don't see it, they don't see it. Let them keep the glasses on. But you know what it is, so you continue to move. And divine will take care of you no matter what. I'm choosing to move forward, period. Right? I'll still check on you, once a week, maybe every now and then going forward. But at the end of the day, you have to tell yourself, like, when enough is enough. If you are still in this low vibrational energy with your divine masculine, you have to hand it over to divine. Everything will work out in divine timing. And there's a chance that your divine masculine can lose you altogether. But that's the risk they were willing to take. You have to stay in your power. What's for you will be for you. For all of us, this is a learning lesson. This is, things we signed up for in our soul contracts, right? For some of us, we're going to end up in great, beautiful unions, not just with our life path and purpose, but with our actual divine masculine. And some of us will do our mission work. and we'll still, have that connection with our divine masculine, but not on that, deep level, right? Because you'll always carry them. You're one soul, right? The next card is return. This is what the divine masculine is thinking about, returning, making you an offer, really trying to allow you to see that they are a different person now, because a lot of your divine masculines will come back not the way you remember them after they've gone through their ascension, after they've gone through their awakening. And at the end of the day, yes, come on, you can return. I'll have that unconditional love for you. But I don't know. It's up to divine how this turns out, right? For the divine feminine, the card that came out, and again, it's more mirroring here, because the other day this came out for the divine masculine. The other day before that, it came out for the divine feminine. So now divine feminine is going into solitude, not speaking, not communicating, really just focusing on divine feminine. And that's the best and safest place to be. Lessons, you're getting the downloads, you're getting the light codes, you're getting the information, and you're studying more. You're really focused on what you're called to do. Mask. And so for the divine feminine, I feel like when I saw this card, I was like, no, it's not a mask where, the divine feminine is trying to be someone else. Divine feminine is tired of not being able to communicate to family, loved ones, friends, how, this journey has changed his or her life, or how, or what's to come, or their spiritual gifts, things like that. They're tired of having to mask that part of them, because they are sure and confident in who and what they are. And they know that some people, like for example, in their family, may not be open to the things that they have witnessed, realized, and the spiritual gifts they have. And so this is where that mask comes in at, because it's like, okay, with this friend I can be open and honest. With this other friend, I have to shield certain things, because they're not open, they're not awakened as my other friend or my other family member, right? But this bothers the divine feminine, because the divine feminine just wants to be his or her true self, regardless of who they are around. The next card out is bound. And the reason this bound card is here is, again, for a lot of divine feminines in the collective, they feel like they're just stuck with their divine masculine. And this is starting to become very irritating. And it's like, okay, I'll have my self-love. Like, I can be there for you. I can hold space. I know this is what divine God, source wants me to do. But at the end of the day, this is causing havoc in my life. Like, I really just want to be free and focus on what I'm meant to do. And if my divine masculine catch up, they catch up. But at the end of the day, I still have to think about, when they decide to return, how I was, treated, how I was ghosted, how I was played, how I was let down, how I was lied to. And you're still going to be in that unconditional energy, but receiving them back after you've gone through this journey for so long. Some of you 1 year, some of you 2 years, for myself, 3 years going on 4. You're just going to be like, I don't know if I can just say, hey, come in. Usually when your divine masculine comes back, it's like you open up with open arms, and all mistakes are forgiven. Everything's put behind you. But you've become so in tune with yourself, and you love yourself so much that it's just like, we have to talk about this. Right? So that's the energy. The cards I saw, I'll give you the overall energy first. The overall energy is conclusions. So the both of you are coming to realization of what your journey is, what your purpose is with each other. The divine masculine is really coming to conclusions about all the things that they had to deal with within this connection, whether it be the karmic, whether it be, how you were treated, and vice versa for divine feminine. So they're coming to a conclusion. The cards I saw, again, offer came out the other day. So, your divine masculine, for those who this is resonating with, has been thinking about making an offer. Maybe an offer of friendship. It may be an offer to start over again, but this is what's on their mind. Pride and ego. So some of our divine masculines still are in their pride and ego, don't want to hold up to their accountability, and even be honest about what they've been going through. The next card, metamorphosis. So just like the divine feminine is going through their upgrades, their changes, so is divine masculine. for the collective in general. Everyone's looking for their tribe. Like, well, you don't have to look because Spirit, Divine, God, Source will send them to you. Grief, Divine Feminine's just really like ready to like let the door hit you, but the good Lord split you is the energy for the Divine Feminine at this point. It's just like, you know what? What's the point? Do all the work for what? But then you have to pull yourself out of that energy and say, you know what? Yes, I did all that work for me. It was what I needed to change. It was the love that I needed to give myself. It was what I needed to heal. Fear. So this is both energies on both parts. Again, refocus came out the other day as well, right? Summer. So there may be unions in summer. You guys have met in the summer. You know how this resonates with you. And then barriers came out the other day too. So the energy is still like, you know, flowing, and it's still like you're mirroring each other so much. And so barriers, like putting up boundaries, like, you know, setting your boundaries and knowing what you will or won't accept. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. So let's get some messages for the collective. Okay. Okay, so the first message out, you guys see that? I'll read it for you. It says, I always look for you at airports as if we'll be at the same place in the world. So this is energy, guys. The next card, you brought out the best in me. I came alive in your presence. The next card, I still see your smiling face in my mind's eye. So even though they're not letting you know how they feel, or for example, in my case, you know, my Divine Masculine just acts like, don't care at all. It's like, oh, okay, emotionless. And it doesn't bother me because it's like, you know what? One day you will see. One day you will see, because it's not my job now. I did what I was supposed to do. It's not my job now to try to make you see, to force you to see, to continue to beat you over the head to help you understand. I'm going to let Divine deal with you, right? So this is the last card. It says, I couldn't go against my family to be with you. So some of them were really worried about, you know, if they had children with the Karmic or something like that, would that like break up everything, right? This is the overall energy. It says, I see you in the face of strangers. You are always with me. Right? Okay. If you guys have any questions about that, you can write me in the comment sections. Let's get to your Moonology. All right. So the first card out, it says, a new start is coming. A new start is coming. And so it says new moon. And so with the new start is coming, new moon, let's dive into this. A new start is coming, new moon. Okay. So with a new start is coming, new moon, it says there is a yes coming your way. This is one of the most auspicious cards in the deck. It's totally positive and suggests something new and exciting is developing. The situation you are asking about is blessed, and you are on target to achieve your goals. The message from the universe is that you are starting all over again in some way, be that on a new or better course or just feeling more positive about achieving your desired outcome. If you've been feeling stagnant, this card reminds you that life goes in cycles and you are moving into a new cycle now. This is the time to wipe the slate clean. If the situation you asked about has become toxic, either that will clear up now or something totally new and fresh is on its way. Okay? And we do have the new moon in Taurus coming up, by the way, on the 22nd, I believe. I'll check for you guys. So it says, your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn. Okay, your hard work is paying off. And so this is for you guys who are really starting on your spiritual journey, on your spiritual endeavors. You know, this is going to be really amazing for you guys, for all of us, because we are one, right? All right. So for the new moon in Capricorn, it says your hard work is paying off. First and foremost, this card suggests a new start for you professionally. Whatever has been going on in your work life, this card heralds the start of a new and improved work cycle. If you are unhappy in your current job, this is the time to either renegotiate your position or look for something new. Whatever your question, whether work related or otherwise, a new plan and strategy is called for. You need to take a look at the long term and think about where you want to be in 12 months or even 5 years' time. This will inform your best course of action now. So think seriously about it. Drawing this card suggests it's time for you to be ambitious about whatever it is that you want to achieve. Okay. And the next card, be bold and make the first move. Be bold and make the first move. So this is the cardinal moon. Okay. And so for the collective, it's really awesome, for you to know how to work with the moon cycles, because you will see you can create and manifest so much with doing that. Okay, so let's get this for you. This is the cardinal moon, so that's 104. All right, here we go. So the cardinal moon. So it says, now is the time to be bold, bossy, even take matters into your own hands. Cardinal signs are powerful and self-starting. They are determined and great at organizing. Drawing this card strongly suggests that you are going to need to be all of those things to get your ideal resolution or position in the situation you are asking about. This card may challenge you on how strongly you really want something. If you are worrying about a situation, it is a suggestion, to be less passive, instead take an assertive stance as you steer events where you want them to go. Speak up for what you want if you are serious about sorting things out. You may need to take the lead in some way to step up as a leader. Okay? Overall energy. It says, take time to breathe out. And so this is the disseminating moon, okay? Disseminating moon. Now, I never heard of a disseminating moon. Let's find out together what's happening with this. So 34. So it says, the intensity of the full moon has abated, and what are we left with? That's what this card is asking you. It suggests that the situation you are asking about has now peaked, and it's time for you to regroup and learn from your experiences rather than blindly forging ahead. Have faith that what is happening is for the best. Try to accept the way things are now and give yourself and others time out to relax. Breathe. We can't be on all the time. If you feel you've hit an obstacle or even failed in some way, now is the time to reflect on how to do things differently next time. Be honest with yourself if you feel bad about your current situation, and then remind yourself that life goes in cycles. Okay? So that information was very informative for all of us. Do you see how it plays right into the message in the cards that were dealt before it? So now we're going to dive into the Work Your Light Oracle. So the first card out is Soul Family. Okay, Soul Family. And so it says, calling your tribe, you don't have to do it alone. And remember, that's one of the cards that came up in the Mystic Moon Oracles. You do not have to do it alone. Call on your spirit team. They will help, they will support, they will guide you through. I have an email box. Email me, right, if you have questions. The next card, no. Wait, postpone, pause, say no. Don't make any moves now. Don't make any decisions. Focus on your life path and purpose. What's meant will be. Spirit will guide you. You will know, because you'll know in your gut when the feeling is right or when you should make a move. If you get uneasy or it makes you feel weird, you know that's not the right move. Okay? The next card out is protection. Call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. So when you go to bed at night, you can say, call on your angels, your spirit team, and ask them to forgive you for things that happened in your past life that you don't even know anything about. Clear that karma. And then also ask for the cords to be released for things that no longer serve you or grow you. And with your twin flame, which you cannot cut the cord, You can ask Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael to come in and clear and cleanse your etheric cord so that way you can understand each other better, right? The overall energy, it says Sisterhood of the Rose, Sisterhood of the Rose. It says beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. So this is talking about all of us in one, you know, like you, like high priestess, teacher, leader. How are you leading as a light worker? How are you teaching as a light worker? How are you being your high priestess as a light worker? How are you representing that energy, right? And what were we talking about earlier? Get grounded. So it says empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. So you have to ground before you begin your meditation. Okay. All right, star seeds, you're up next. So the first card out is deep cellular healing. Okay. Deep cellular healing. So that talks about the light codes and the downloads. And this talks about Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. So you can look up the Arcturians and see, like, you know, how they were when they were, you know, in their vibration or, you know, in their planet, etc. You can look that up, okay, for that information. And as a matter of fact, I'll help you now. So deep cellular healing, I'll give you some information on that. Okay, so that's number 54. Okay, so here we go. So it says, your body knows how to heal. Healing is your natural state. Physical and emotional disharmony can be a reflection of how the world, inner and outer, has been out of alignment. If you are suffering from a mystery or chronic illness, don't allow yourself to think you've done something wrong. Today, it's difficult to navigate our health. If this card has made its way to you, you're being called to focus on your healing and practical ways, to prioritize your health, to be kind and tender to your miraculous body, to give yourself the grounding and care you need to put your body first, to nourish yourself as you would a newborn baby, to treat yourself with tender care. You may be called to switch things up with your body or your emotional well-being, to call in a team of helpers to support you in navigating any changes you may be experiencing emotionally. The Arcturians are a galactic group of beings who have mastered deep cellular and emotional healing. They want you to know that it is possible to feel vibrant in your body and well in your skin, to have your cells return to the effervescence and vitality, okay, to find calmness and contentment, to have a soothed nervous system and a tranquil heart. Okay, so the next card out is cracked open. So it says rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. So you're being cracked open. It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. All right, this is for your journey, this is for your purpose, this is for your path. The next card out, a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. So this is talking about the age of Aquarius. This is talking about the new vibration. This is talking about how we are lifting humanity with our light. Okay. The next card, karmic relationships. So it says Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, conflicts. Okay. So let's take a look at this, because you do have karmic soul. You know, even your twin flame can feel like a karmic because of the intense energy and things like that. So let's dive into this. Okay, so here we go. It says the constellation Orion is thought by many to have been a place of great polarity and eventual unity. Some believe that many starseeds who were part of this karmic history are incarnate on Earth now and are playing out karmic relationships from Orion times. Perhaps you are one of them. Polarity causes conflict and highlights separation. However, because of this, conflict can also result in unity and growth. To many, misunderstandings are caused when we don't open our heart and mind and see things from a different point of view. When we go into reactive second-guessing mode instead of gathering the courage to open our heart, we should admit that we may have reacted because of our own woundings and then find mutual ground. We are all innocent children looking to be seen, understood, and cherished. It's much harder to grow closer through conflict than it is to grow further apart. And yet, that's the imitation of conflict. It's easy to react and take things personally. It's more challenging to see the innocence of all involved and find a way to grow closer through the conflict. It's through relationships that we grow the most. How can you soften your heart and drop your defenses enough to see things from a different point of view? How can you see the innocence of all involved? How can you learn to see the similarities rather than the differences? Right? And it says, which relationships do you find the most challenging? How can you see things from a different perspective? How are you being called to allow growth through conflict? Okay. In the overall energy, messenger, serious energy bringing harmony and balance. This is the focus, balance. Light workers, star seeds, indigos, however you resonate under the spiritual umbrella, balance, shine your light. And some of us work on that third chakra. Not the third chakra. That would be your throat chakra. There you go. Work on your throat chakra. Because it's hard for you guys to communicate. It's hard for you guys to, see eye to eye right now. Whether you're a light worker, star seed, however you and your divine counterpart, resonate with one another. And so we're just going to pull a couple of the oracle, the oracle of E. All right. And you guys can check out the website. Also, I offer a variety of different services within my gifts. So you just let me know what you guys need. All right. So this is Bazinga, number 19, Bazinga. So let's find out what this is talking about, because this deck is very interesting. All right. It says, well, don't you got it going on. Now's the time to reveal and the sweet taste of fantabulous you. You've hit your mark. Go on. Take a victory lap. Pop a cork. Let's get this party started. Celebrants are lining up at the door. All right. So that's more clarity to continue to focus on, like, your, mission, like what you're supposed to do. You're going to end up right where you meant to be, right? Okay. And so the next one we have number 20. Okay. Now remember, when I yell out the numbers, you guys got to look it up, whether synchronous, whether numerology or angel, okay? So number 20, this dude abides. So it says, it's your lucky day in your lucky life. The dude is patiently waiting for you to come on home. Let him do the heavy lifting for a change, no matter what crazy mess you've gotten yourself into. The dude is here with everything you could ever need. The dude's got your back, rock star. The next card, over your shoulders. That's number 10, okay? So let's look at that. All right. So over your shoulders, it says, those recurring patterns in your life, throw them overboard. Whoever said those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it was full of bunk. You only repeat patterns when you continue to stare at them. You get hypnotized and then act them out. Take one last look back if you must, and then say sayonara for good. Overall energy, I got your back. That's number 24. So let's look at that. This is the overall energy, guys. I got your back. Okay, so it says, you can spit in the face of fear. Flip off those who bar the door. Shake your fist to any who dare say no. Because you, sweet thing, are divinely protected by the dude most high. Always and forever. Amen. So that's only more clarity that you are here for your mission, and spirit, divine, God, source won't allow anything to come in the way of that. not even your connection. And so you're guided, you're being led, and you guys are going to do some amazing, great, beautiful things. But always remember to just stay in the light. Try your hardest. I know with how the world is, it's hard to not get in that low vibrational energy. It's hard to not to just snap. But again, that pure love from your heart lights up the nation, right? It lights up the world. And so if you guys have any questions, any concerns, email me. Again, all of my information is below in the description box. You can follow me on Instagram. I said that when I started the video at Chrissy the Crystal Indigo. But check out the website. You guys really will be amazed. I'm sending you so much love and light. I'll talk to you soon.